Hey everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the channel. Today we got another exciting episode. We're continuing our review of the Smith & Wesson FPC chambered in 10mm. Should be a good time. Let's get to shooting. Okay, well, what are we talking about today? Today we're going to be continuing our review of the Smith & Wesson M&P FPC in 10mm. FPC because it is a folding carbine, so it can fold down, very snug and compact, and fits very nicely in a regular kind of backpack. It's only 16.5 inches long when it's folded, and it's a little over 31 inches when it is unfolded. YouTube, this gun is clear and unloaded. Nothing in the magazines, and these are all standard capacity magazines, of course. So what are we going to be talking about today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Underwood 115 grain Extreme Defender that they've loaded up in 10mm cartridge. That 115 grain Defender has a screw tip type head. They call it an external hollow point. Some people are believers, some people aren't, but we're going to just take a look at it in ballistic gel, and we're also going to be firing it out of this carbine. Let's just talk really quick about philosophy of use with this carbine, and maybe just a little bit of I'm getting a lot of questions right now. Would you buy it? Would you do you like it? So number one, I like it. It's a great gun. It's functioning properly. The recoil is very manageable. The ergonomics of how you hold it and how you pull the trigger are very nice. What is odd for it is that it has pistol-like controls. So the bolt stop is on both sides. It's ambi, but it is only a bolt stop. So when I pull back my charging handle and I engage the bolt stop, I'm pushing it from behind, but you push up here, you then can't release the bolt. You have to pull back the charging handle, and then that releases the bolt. Now, maybe, I don't know, lift weights, get a bigger handbag, I don't know, maybe a stronger person than I can do it, but I can't release it. It has a control for your mag release on the left side of the pistol, like it would be for a right-hand shooter. It is swappable. The bolt safety is cross bolt, and it's in front of the trigger guard. So that is very non-pistol-like on this gun. So, and then the mags, some people like them in the back. It's a convenient way to store them, especially think about the philosophy of use that you're storing this likely in some type of bag. So having magazines with you, some amount of capacity, that's good. The way they get released is odd because you press up to release the down one, right? I press on this button up here and I release the down one. You just have to get used to it. If you are used to AR-15 controls, you're gonna have to get used to this gun. If you don't have an AR-15 and this is the rifle you want, and you have the M&P 10mm, this is a fantastic gun. I have no argument about that. If you want something that has significant more power than 9mm and you want to put it in your backpack, this is a great option. So those are the two things that I would say are the reasons to get this gun, is if you have the M&P 10mm handgun because it's mag compatible and is very ergonomically similar, or you want something very foldable, compact design in your backpack. If you are looking for a 10mm carbine, there are probably better options out there. CMMG, Ruger, other places like that have very nice guns that have more traditional controls. Somewhat. The CMMG, I think, does, maybe not as much the Ruger. They are made with less plastic. This foregrip is all plastic. It feels very rigid and very hard, but I sometimes struggle with mounting optics mentally, philosophically, mounting optics to plastic. Time will tell if this holds, how rigid this plastic is. There are tons of screws go up and down this handguard up here to make sure that stays tight and stays connected. We'll see how that goes. There is no place or way to mount an optic any further more back and rear. That comes into play when you want to have a magnifier. When you have a magnifier, and you'll see on this video, you have to put the magnifier very far forward further than beyond the natural eye relief for a magnifier. So those are my pros and cons. This is still a great gun. We'll get out, we'll start shooting, we'll do some gel tests, we'll look at this Underwood ammunition. I still think it's a fantastic option. Hope you enjoy the video. Let's get to shooting. Okay, well, we've got one round of that 115 grain Extreme Defender. We're gonna put it into the gel and see how it performs. All right, 1992 with 1,013 kinetic energy. Dang, that's pretty impressive. And naturally, I didn't have the gel camera on, so we got to do this all over again. 2007, 1028 kinetic energy foot-pounds. Wow. Okay, let's just take a quick look here. Both of these rounds came in. You can tell by their spinning, especially up front, that external hollow point was doing its job. Somewhere around the 6 or 8 inch mark, they started tumbling a bit instead of just spinning, which is okay. It's not great because it's not reliable, but that just did tremendous damage. Extremely happy. They went out to about the 26 and 24.5, 25 inch mark in terms of penetration with them. That's a little bit deeper than I would have wanted, but then again, this round I'm sure was built for a handgun and not for a rifle. And so out of a rifle, it's getting probably a bit more penetration than expected out of it. That's pretty fun. That's a fun round for 10 millimeter to take a look at. Okay, well, we're going to continue with the group that we already started with the Garmin. We'll see, we have about 5 more rounds loaded up, and we'll see how we do with getting measurements from this. 2012, 1993, 1990, 2001, 2003, and 2004. Take a quick look at the session summary. For an average, we had a max of 2012, a min of 2090, an average of 2000.6, extreme spread of 22, so not bad, loaded. I mean, and standard deviation is 7.5, average kinetic energy of 1,021. That's pretty awesome. And because it's a 115 grain projectile, the recoil on this is basically nothing. Like that's really cool. All right, with that, why don't we take it out to long distance? We're gonna go out to 43 yards. How amazing. And we're gonna shoot some targets at that distance. We'll do 5-shot group, see what we're getting. Okay, well, we're gonna do our best at some little bit of accuracy at 40 yards. About what a deer hunt in eastern Pennsylvania may be. It's actually about a 43 yards as I look at the yard marker back there. So, and glasses are fogging up because we're starting to get a little bit of rain. But first off, I've got a 5x magnifier on here. The challenge with that is there's no rail here. So I have to like lean and stretch my neck because the eye box is about right here. So it is a challenge. You know, you're gonna have to get, like, if you want this for hunting and you want some kind of scope on it, you're gonna have to have some long eye relief, like a scout scope on this, because these red dot magnifiers aren't gonna work so well at this. So you're just gonna have to go with a red dot, which is fine. But again, I'm trying to at least give the notion that we're gonna shoot for accuracy with this rifle. Okay, we have a bunch of shots. I realized I never set up a target cam, so you saw nothing. So let's go, you and I, discover what happened at 43 yards. Okay, this is our groups from the 115 grain Underwood ammunition out of the Smith & Wesson FPC at about 43 yards. See, that's not a great group. Definitely didn't, I know I'm making excuses, but really was difficult seeing the dot through the 5X magnifier when I didn't have the right eye relief. So I think that could be tightened up, and probably 75 yards and in for hunting, you're going to be just fine. Okay, well, we're just going to finish things up. We've got some MagTech. We've got some plates down range, not too far away. We're just going to have some fun. I've got 10 rounds of MagTech 10 millimeter. Then I'm going to shoot about 8 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson. Then we'll finish off with 10 millimeter again. Get that 40 Smith & Wesson, see how it goes. Don't know if it'll run. It's worth a try. Yeah, runs all of it. That's pretty cool. And then our last one in here, our 10 millimeter. See if we can really get going on it. Whew, that is a lot of fun. Okay, everybody, well, let's wrap things up. This M&P FPC is running really well. I'm really excited about those speed ups that we got with that 115 grain Extreme Defender loading from Underwood, getting over 1,000 energy foot-pounds. That's pretty exciting. There are definitely pros and cons with this FPC. It may not be for everybody. I think there is definitely a use case. A general purpose hunting rifle, you're probably going to get better things for that. I think self-defense in a truck gun, in a, and I'm not advocating you leaving guns in a truck, but in some type of backpack or type of scenario like that where you're backpacking, even though this will be heavy, but you're carrying it with you in your truck to your camping ground. I think that has a pretty good use case for this. Let me know what you guys think about the accuracy, about the gel test, about just kind of shooting it. I'm loving this gun. It was a surprise. I was expecting it to be a real downer, but so far it is running well. It feels good to shoot. I wish the couple of controls on it were just a tad bit better, but they aren't taking off fingers. They aren't causing me pain. It's a very pleasant and mild gun to shoot. Okay, with that said, let me know what you guys think, and let's get to shooting.
Out here in the heartland, where our spirits run free, trigger bar philosopher, it's you and me. From pistols to rifles, we'll take on the best, reviewing each weapon, put them to the test. With revolvers and shotguns, we'll break it all down. The Second Amendment protects from the crown. Shooting for the stars, defending our rights with God in our heart. We'll rise to new heights, from the range to the woods. We're ready to roll. Trigger bar philosopher, heart and soul. In the land of the brave, we stand tall and free. Prepping for tomorrow, prepared you will be. Conceal, carry wisdom, good guy with a gun. Self-defense strategies, we'll make it fun. Night vision gear on, we move with no light. Tactical training, prepared for the fight. Ammunition test and ballistic gel in sight. Choosing the best round.